Hello, stargazers, and welcome to the end of Pisces eclipse season. It is still Pisces season in the visible sky, and we are approaching the Virgo full moon, the second Virgo full moon of this year tomorrow, which brings Pisces eclipse season to a close. Today, I'm doing something very special and actually sharing all of what I would share inside of my cosmic arts training with you today. So, we're going to do a collective reading of this closure period, what's happening today on April 11th in the sky, in our bodies, in the human design system. And then I'm going to read a full moon reading for all of you. And this is typically what I offer inside of Cosmic Arts Training. Once a month, we all meet together for collective readings. So you're getting a taste of it. Plus, there's lots and lots of goodies and trainings in there that's going to be endlessly adding on. I'll share more about that later. Let's get into the reading. For those of you that don't know, I am Sonia Rose, your cosmic guide to reading the true sky, the heavens, the natural, beautiful, visible sky that we can all see around us. And what you'll be able to see with tomorrow's full moon is that she is in Virgo in Spica. And we're going to talk about that full moon after I do this Pisces eclipse season closure, because this is technically the last day of Pisces eclipse season. A lot has happened, a lot has shifted since March 14th, when eclipse season started, kicking us off with a lunar eclipse. Let's just look at the sky and see what's going on, and let me guide you and give you some insight into what this might have meant for you, for your relationships, for your leadership, for your business. And write in the comments below what you're feeling, what you're sensing from this sky view. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so here is the visible sky right now on April 11th, the day before the Virgo full moon. And you can see that the sun is right between the two fish of Pisces. This is kind of this ethereal meeting space where the two fish are swimming against different currents. One is going kind of backwards, which is why often Pisces season has us really sink into our past healing, what needs to be processed, etc. And one of them is jumping upwards, kind of out of the sea into a new realm, into a new reality. And we are currently in the liminal space between both of those in the ocean of Pisces. So it's not midway through Pisces season. Pisces season ends pretty soon on the 19th of April. So we have just over a week left of Pisces to really move through this exalted fish, through this energy of what have we learned from swimming in the current of life, from witnessing our own humanity and other people's humanity, from just witnessing what is happening in the world and the pain and the suffering, but also the beauty and the art and the love. And what are we going to do with all of that information? And when we get into the human design chart next, with what's currently happening in our body, this will also make more sense. And we also have this big stellium happening at the very beginning of Pisces. You can see that right over in the first fish. We have Venus, Mercury, Neptune, and Saturn all really close together. Saturn's a little bit farther away, but this meeting of planets here, this is a big stellium in Pisces. I've been calling it a Pisces party. This is a really big opportunity to reinvent your relationship with yourself, with your mind, right? Lots of really powerful healing for the mind, mental health, the way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we approach our own healing and our own psychology has been really moved through during this eclipse season, especially because we had Mercury retrograde up until recently, up until just a few days ago. Mercury was in retrograde in this area. So it's been a very powerful time to review the way that you think about yourself, about life, about your art, about the way that you communicate, what needs to be said, what needs to be written, what needs to be done. And sometimes that writing is writing a journal entry for yourself, or sometimes it's writing a book or an ebook or a script or whatever is pouring through you. There is now more clarity around it. So I'd love to know, what clarity did you get during the Mercury retrograde season? It might have been around, okay, I need to stop thinking this way. I especially need to stop thinking this way about myself. There's been clarity and and opportunity for resolution in terms of your own psychological healing with your own mind. And of course, given that it's Pisces season, we know that it's not just the mind, it's not just the brain that requires healing, it's the body, it's the spirit, it's the energetics. So a holistic approach to healing is really what's needed. And with the Virgo full moon tomorrow, which I'll talk about in a little bit, there really is an emphasis on holistic healing and what it is that we need in order to feel healed and whole within ourselves. And then with Venus here, Venus just went out of retrograde yesterday. Venus has been in retrograde for over a month. And this has been a very powerful time to review your relationships, both your romantic, physical relationships, but also your relationships to your life, to yourself, to your own body, and to your friends, to your family, to your children, to the people in your life, to your business partnerships. This has been a really big time to review, okay, what have I learned and what have I healed in love, and what do I need to heal next, and what do I want to experience next? What is it that you want to create next, right? How can relationships be art in your world? How can there be depth in the human experience? And you might have even had instances during this Venus retrograde where you were like, whoa, I do not love how some people are treating me, or how they're treating themselves, or how they're acting in general. That's both on the public stage and personally. And Venus retrograde in Pisces gave us an opportunity to actually have a sense of of acceptance that all of us are individual, all of us are having our unique human experience, all of us have our unique traumas and experiences that we've had that made us the way that we are, and we also all have our own unique path to forge, to walk. And for you, that might be this deep sense of no longer being willing to hide what you're deeply passionate about, what you really love, what you're really here to do. This has been really an artist's awakening time with so much Pisces energy, especially with Mercury and Neptune here. Neptune especially is like our deepest dreams are coming forth to become our lived reality. And what actions have you taken to actually bring your dreams into reality? I know for myself, I'm finally recording an album, and I've wanted to do that since I was a small child. I love writing poetry. I've done that again since I was a teenager. And now I've taken my poetry, I've written a bunch of songs, and I'm producing them. And this is such an edge for me to be this much of myself. But it's just me being me. It's not me becoming an artist. It's me letting the artist within me be seen and have time to work and to play. And so, what awakening in your own creativity has happened? What have been your dreams, both waking and asleep, that are now coming forth? And your dream time would have been very, very, very powerful during this eclipse season, especially with all this Pisces energy. It was a Pisces eclipse. So, really pay attention to what subconsciously was coming up, especially around relationships. Many of us were dreaming about exes, old friends, old people in our lives, so that we could have resolution, so we could have more wisdom and clarity around what happened in that situation, and what did I learn, and what can I take from it now and move into my life with more clarity and more power in your own creativity, right? So really pay attention, have a bit of a dream analysis moment. If you're really curious about deeper dream work, I highly recommend working with Stella Porta from honeywomb.com. I'll put the link below. I've done some of her dream courses, and she has another one coming out very soon where we all literally collectively dream together. It's so fascinating. And that's a part of what I was doing leading up to this eclipse dream season. So it has really been a dreamy season. Really reflect on what your dreams showed for you, what you were healing through, what you were processing, but also what dreams really solidified in your mind and your heart that you have to create, that you have to put into action, right? Do you have to go on that trip? Do you have to change your job? Do you have to create that new offering, that new product in your business? Do you have to go and meet new friends, or have a new level of depth in relationship with your family, with your lover? Whatever it is, what are you creating? What is the art being shown and being poured forth from you from this season? That was really the point of it, is to heal so that we could be more profound, beautiful, deliberate creators in our world. And the last thing that I'll mention is that Uranus and Jupiter are in Taurus. We can see that Uranus is really close to the Pleiades. The Pleiades are right here near the heart of Taurus. And then the Jupiter is in the third eye of Taurus. So again, very activating for the body, for the physical body, and also for our sense of wealth and security and luxury in life, to feel taken care of, to feel grounded. All of this dreaming, all of this healing is actually giving us an opportunity to have deeper health and to have deeper wealth. And so what are you doing to create deeper health and deeper wealth? The Virgo full moon will have some things to say about that. But before we get into that, let's look at what's happening in the energetics of the body in the human design system. Here is the human design body graph for right now. I recorded it at 11:11 PST on April 11th. It was a nice little, 11 moment. And we can see here that currently before the full moon, we are in reflector mode, which is a perfect space to be in with a full moon, right? Because reflectors are ruled by the moon. They are lunar authority. They wait for a full lunar cycle, and full moons and new moons are very prominent times for them to reflect and sit with themselves, as it is for all of us. So the fact that we are in this reflector mode, that there is no defined channels in the sky, in the transits that are impacting us. Of course, if you have any of these gates, you might be having an electromagnetic with the transits, but we don't have a lot of cosmic energy moving through us at the moment. Not more than usual anyway. We all have so much cosmic energy within us all the time because we are on a planet in space, living and existing. And so, before I get too esoteric and philosophical, let's look at this. So, the only gate currently in the sacral is gate 42, which is where the sun is. And the sun will continue to be in gate 42 tomorrow for the full moon, but it's going to be in a different line. Today is a second line day. So today, as eclipse season ends and we tune into gate 42 is this sacral gate, is a Pisces sacral gate, the only Pisces sacral gate that really has us consider how what we want to create, that sacral energy, that fire of juiciness inside of us to do and to make and to create and to form with our hands and with our bodies and with our minds and with our whole spirit, something that was not present before, right? That desire to be a creator is present in this gate, in this stargate, but it's also very much indicative of what are we going to create and how is it going to serve everybody, right? Pisces very much cares about the whole collective being forwarded, the whole collective being served by our greatest dreams and visions and our deepest prosperity being initiated. And with this being a second line day and the end of eclipse season, it's a very powerful time to sit with what do you naturally just want to do to serve yourself and to serve the collective? And perhaps you're already doing it, but this is a deeper activation to really reflect on what this eclipse period has shown you, right? What your dreams have revealed to you and what your fantasies display to you around what it is that you're really, really here to fully do, to fully create, to fully activate and give to the world, right? You being you is a full gift to yourself and to the world. And there is so much love, there's so much beauty, there's so much play, there's so much fantasy becoming reality as a part of this, but it has to do with you just naturally doing what comes naturally to you. What are you naturally inclined to do? What do you already know to do? What are you like, if I got paid to do this, I would be so thrilled. If I got paid to serve the world in this way, I would be so satisfied. That is the energy to finish off this eclipse season with, is with that level of reflection. And then, of course, opposite the sun is the earth, and the earth is in gate 32.2, which is in the spleen, which is a Virgo gate. And this gate is all about making sure that we're not, it's kind of afraid of failure. It doesn't want us to fail. It doesn't want us to do something poorly. And sometimes when we're a natural at something, we're kind of shielded against failure because we have a natural ability, we have a natural proclivity, but sometimes we can't see that natural ability. So we'll still be paranoid or fearful. Oh my gosh, am I going to do this right? Am I going to do it well? Are people going to buy from me? Am I going to actually serve people the way that I want to? And just know and trust that your instincts will guide you, that the earth will show you the way, right? That the seasons will change, the flowers will blossom, the fruit will will be bountiful, and that you can really deeply trust your body to guide the way. If you're ever noticing that a lot of fear is coming up, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety around you going forth and creating this beautiful life that has become clear to you now through eclipse season, tune back into your body, tune back into your inner authority, right? Tune into what feels right, what feels good, what you have energy for, what feels healthy for you, whatever your inner authority is, what just sounds good if you're self projected. Really, really tune into yourself. You have the power within you to overcome your own fears and anxieties. And the earth and grounding in with the earth and tuning into the cycles of the planet, whether it's springtime or autumn, depending on your hemisphere, is very, very powerful for you. Okay. So, and for those of you that are curious about, like, hey, Sonia, you're reading the typical human design chart, but you teach about the true sky, there's a reason why. Because the typical OG human design system was originally created to calculate the fixed stars, the astrophysics, the actual movement of the sky. And it also takes into consideration incorrect tropical Western astrology, which actually doesn't exist and is an oversimplification, an incorrect oversimplification of the sky. It doesn't take into account the true size of the constellations, the movement of the stars, etc. I could go on. This is what I teach about all the time. And so, what I spent 2 years doing was I actually traced where every single gate is in the true visible sky. Because if this calculation already takes that into account, then the one part that's incorrect about it is the fact that it's saying that, gate 42 is an Aries gate when it's not. It's actually a Pisces gate. So, that's what I do and what I teach inside of my cosmic arts training. I'll be telling you more about that a little bit later on. But let me know how this is all feeling for you in your body, right? If you trust that your human design is your human design, let your inner authority tell you. Don't listen to me as an outer authority. Listen to your own body. What feels good? What do you have energy for? What is a yes? What is right for you? Your body will know, not your mind. We have a completely open head right now. So there's lots of ideas, lots of different things coming in. It might be a little bit overwhelming. So it's very, very important to ground back into your body, to touch your body, touch your heart, touch your womb, touch your stomach, touch your arms. Put your feet on the ground, feel grounded, feel planted. And from there, you can bloom and you can create the beautiful, prosperous, giving life of service that you were here to create all along, that your dreams have revealed to you. Let me know in the comments below what's moving through you right now, what's being reflected, what is being mirrored, what is clear to you from this beautiful reflector day, and what you've gained from the Pisces eclipse season. Hey, I'm over here now, and tomorrow is the second Virgo full moon of the year. Virgo is a very long constellation. It is our longest constellation, and that is why we typically have 2 Virgo full moons in a year, which is really a way to double down on our health and our boundaries and our well-being, and not try to be perfect, but we get to keep on progressing. So let's look at what this Virgo full moon happening tomorrow, April 12th, will mean for you and all of us collectively. Outfit change. Here we are at the full moon, April 12th at 5:21 p.m. Pacific time. We have our second Virgo full moon of the year. I've had some technical difficulties. Mercury retrograde just ended, so you'll see me looking different in these shots, but I'm giving you all the juiciness of this reading for us all collectively. So, the main thing that's happening here is that we have a Pisces stellium in the 7th house, and we also have the Sun and Chiron in Pisces in the 7th house, opposing the full moon. The Sun and Chiron coming together is really immense because this is really a moment, this is an opportunity for you to have your deepest wounds, your deepest pain come up and be surfaced so that it can be healed. This is actually an opportunity for you to see that your deepest pain can actually become healed, can become a sense of purpose, even a sense of pride for you, right? It's a really transformative, profound time at the end of eclipse season to see that health and vitality and healing is yours. And when you do that, when you give yourself the ability to actually heal the deepest wound within you, the thing that you don't even want to touch because it feels so scary, right? The domain of Pisces gives us the expansiveness and the compassion to go there. And Chiron is always a key. Whenever we confront our deepest fear and pain, it is the key to our purpose. And unlocking this, feeling more safe, feeling more grounded, feeling healed on the earth and in your body is what will amplify your ability to live well, to live with vitality, to have better relationships, and to also make more money, because the moon is at the beginning of the 2nd house in Virgo, which shows us that when we practically apply our skills, when we have good boundaries, when we take care of our health and vitality, when we feel good and we feel healthy, both in our relational life and in our physical life, in our physical domain, in our habits, we can have more prosperity. We can create more. We can have a clearer mind, better decision making to make good investments and to make good choices for ourselves in the financial sector and in our businesses. So, this is a really powerful way to say that the more you heal, um, the more you focus on your health, the more your wealth will expand. That's what I want to say. And what's really interesting is with this stellium happening with Neptune, Saturn, Venus, and Mercury all at the beginning of the seventh house, there's a lot of energy and emphasis on your relationships. So much energy and emphasis on relationships. This is romantic relationships, friends, family, children, business partnerships, but mostly partnerships, people coming together and creating something, either a family or a business or some form of art, some form of collaboration. And this is a big time to really be surrounded by and be discerning about who you want to be surrounded by so that you can create your most profound art, so that you can create your most profound creation, so that you can actually just fully be yourself, fully be free to be your fullness, and be around people, especially because this is trining Mars that's in Cancer, be around people who are very sensitive, who can be sensitive and tuned into who you are, and who you can be sensitive and tuned into who they are, right? It's like everyone's seeing each other, everyone's loving each other. It's just a love fest. And it's so important to surround yourself with people like that and to know and trust that you can have healthy, supportive people in your world, in your corner, who are going to be supporting your deepest healing, your deepest authenticity, and your art and your creativity, especially if you run a sacred business. People that really believe in you and in your higher calling is important to work with, but also important to call in, right? It doesn't mean that our partners have to be in the exact same realm as us or doing the same things as us, right? We don't have to be the same in order to be in a relationship. It just means that they have to respect us. They have to kind of get it. They have to acknowledge it. And most of all, this all starts within us, right? Calling in healthy relationships starts with us having a healthy relationship with ourselves. But the beautiful thing about this, especially with it all being in Pisces, is that it's really drawing on this ability for us to get excited, for us to really, really, truly get excited about what we're creating, about our art, about our expression, about our creativity, about what is our deepest dream, and bringing that into reality. And so getting really excited and having a lot of fun is the point here. And when you're feeling excited about life and excited to create, and with the people around you being healthy, you are unlimited. And it's really interesting because the sun and Chiron and the moon are creating a T square, a point of tension and conflict during this full moon with Mars in Cancer. And it's very, very interesting because this is released, this tension point is released. You can see that arrow being created by all the red lines with Pluto, right? So, what does this mean? It means that you finding the right people that are aligned, that love you, that support you, you support them, surrounding yourself with healthy relationships is going to foster your ability to really take care of the self, of yourself and of the world. And what's required here is for you to be willing to transform your home, transform your self concept, transform your relationships, right? Whatever it takes. I was just listening to a human design podcast, Human Design Coffee Talk, highly recommend. If you're into human design and you want to listen to some great MGs discussing. And one of them had just gone through a very healthy divorce. And when she got divorced, she became a lot healthier. All of the supplements and all the things that she was doing to help herself. And she literally owns like a health and wellness studio for people. So she was doing it all. And as getting divorced was actually what brought her into healthy alignment. And she had to stop taking all of her supplements. She like lost weight, became healthier, is just thriving. And this is such a perfect example of how sometimes the biggest thing is also the thing that will have the most shift for your overall health and wellness. So this can be moving. This can be breaking off that relationship. This could be starting that relationship and getting committed. This can be really, really committing to your own health and wellness journey and your own healing, especially with everything that's been revealed during this full moon time, right? We've been deep in the depths of feeling and seeing and dreaming both consciously and subconsciously, it's all been coming up. I know this is very, very true for me. And so be willing to change, be willing to transform, and know that in order to have that level of change and transformation in your life where you fully feel free to be you and the people around you love you and honor you and you love and honor them, right? Doesn't mean that you all have to like think the same, be the same. You just love and respect everyone in your world. Means that you have a lot of nurturing, right? Mars is in Cancer right now. We can see it in Cancer. We can see that it's out of the Gemini star space in the sky. When you look to the sky, um, and it's going to be earlier on in the night that you're going to be able to see Mars in Cancer. Once you're looking at the full moon later on, because the moon is going to be in Virgo. But it's interesting to really sit with what this means. It really means that self-care, self-love, loving your body, being graceful with yourself, being loving and compassionate with yourself, the same way you would be to a child or to a friend, is what's important. That might actually be the deepest transformation that you undergo, is the self-healing of profound self-love, and especially self-love in the face of self-critique, self demand of perfection, or demand of you to be, this perfect, whole, and complete spiritual leader, awakened, just contributing to the earth, never triggered, never human, never at fault. And that's just not who we are. We're here to be fully human and fully divine. And this Virgo full moon, this second one, is here to show us how we can actually be more kind to ourselves, more graceful with ourselves, and more gentle with ourselves on the path of creating our dreams and getting to receive abundantly and prosperously from those dreams. And so, yeah, this is really exciting because with Pluto being in Capricorn now, and it specifically being in the fifth house here, it's really about letting your inner child. And I've said this again before, and I'll say it again, letting your inner child run the show, right? What would make your inner child so unbelievably happy for you to be doing, for you to be earning money in a specific way, for you to be creating in a certain way, for you to be spending time in a certain area, for you to be living in a certain way? What would make your inner child actually so fulfilled, right? This isn't about letting the inner child from like a painful, traumatized, not getting your needs met way run the show. This is your inner child, its essence, its joy, its purity running the show. And that being actually a reflection of when we start to revolutionarily relate to ourselves, right? It's revolutionary to be that kind and loving. It's revolutionary to lead with our inner child's joy and fulfillment first in life, rather than, what we think is just like responsible and needs to get done, etc., to live in the physical world. And this doesn't mean that we skirt responsibility and that we don't actually show up as adults, but it means that we get to experience a lot more joy, a lot more fun, a lot more fulfillment, a lot more meaning in life. And it's just really, really important to like be honest with that. Like, my inner child wanted to be a singer, and so I'm singing. And it's revolutionary. It's very profound to not live your life not being yourself. Right? I said that double negatives, but live your life being yourself and you will be so fulfilled. That is the overall message that I'm really hearing here. And also to find the people that are going to jive with you, that are going to support you in that, right? And once you call them in, and once you're discerning enough and have boundaries for the people that are in, the people that are out, you will find so much more support and care along the way. And just know and trust that healthy relationships and beautiful, fun, loving connections that are productive, that are responsible as well, if you're raising children or you're building a business together, it is so possible to have really healthy and healed relationships, especially when you start with doing the work yourself. The last thing that I'll say here is that Neptune, Venus, Mercury, and Saturn are all trining Mars. So again, big opportunity for creative expression and for talking things through, for having someone to talk to about the deepest, most inner sensitivities that you're moving through, right? Share your dreams with someone who will lift you up, who will help you understand and interpret those dreams and mirror them back to you. It is so unbelievably profound what happens when first we let ourselves see ourselves and accept ourselves in that way. Yes, that's the number one priority, is a healthy relationship with yourself, right? Admitting your own dreams to yourself, not keeping them from yourself, being true and honest to what it is that you truly wish and desire and dream about in life, but also having other people that will do the same and that will be sensitive and caring and tuned into and nurture those dreams of yours and nurture your creativity and nurture your artistry. It's so profound and we can all have it. And what I would love you to actually do is notice how it's already here, how those people are already in your life, and how you can be grateful right here, right now, that you've already called them in. Really, really profound. Let me know what you feel for all of this. If you're picking up on anything else in this chart, let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Your wisdom and your cosmic artistry is what we want to hear about. This isn't just about me telling you like what it is. I'm here to hear your perspective and your lived embodied experience. If you appreciated that reading, that transmission, and you want to receive more, and you also want to dive into your own ability to read the sky, to understand the heavens around us, and to embody them within your own practice and your work as a reader, both an astrologer or human design reader, all are welcome. All forms of cosmic understanding are welcome. You are a cosmic artist, and my cosmic arts training is the space to come into, to orbit, to learn to read the sky and come into beautiful embodied community. It is a forever program. It's a one-time investment, but it's forever being added to and expanded. There are already 13 trainings for each of the 13 signs, including embodiment trainings of where those true signs, where those natural sky zodiac placements are in the physical body of the human design chart. Or I guess I should say the energetic body, but it's in the body, right? Embodying the cosmos is what human design is here to do. And also understanding what is above and below the ecliptic. What are the constellations all around the zodiac sign? So we're not just looking at the zodiacal band, we're looking at the whole sky, the whole heavens. If you want to invest in cosmic arts training, the link is below. If you have any questions, send me a DM at Sonia or at True Star Systems. And if you're curious about how to incorporate this level of cosmic knowing and embodiment into your leadership, into your marketing, and into your business, then you want to join my Miracle Marketing Cosmic Brand Accelerator. It is starting at the end of this month. At April 29th is when we have our first call. And this is a really powerful mastermind space for sacred entrepreneurs, whether you make physical products, you sell services, you sell courses, you run retreats, you host events, or you do a whole mix of different things, whether you do you're an influencer, you're making money from advertising, selling subscriptions, all business models and all leaders are welcome in this space. It is a profound space to get CMO level marketing advice and branding advice for your business, for all of your marketing system, from your emails to your posts to your content and beyond. From myself and the beautiful Ali Timo, we are both CMO level marketers. We've been doing it for over 15 years, and we're also coaches and cosmic readers. So you also get cosmic alignment for your leadership included in this program. The link is below to join the waitlist. Details are coming very, very soon for you to join that mastermind. Link below. I hope you all have a powerful full moon and that you've had the most immense eclipse season in the beautiful Pisces sun, and that you leave a comment below with what has impacted you and most shifted for you during this season. I am sending you all of my love. And if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button, get into the orbit of the beauty of the cosmos with me, and don't miss for future videos like this. Sending you all of my love. Mwah.